Hello. Welcome back to another week of low quality video journals from Glow. If you're new here, you're probably in the wrong place, so feel free to leave. Um, my period started. I'm in so much pain. This is gonna be painful. But let's just get this over. I'm not gonna fake excitement because I'm in so much pain. And I knew if I were on time with this video, it would have been recorded on the day before my period and I would have been okay. But interestingly enough, I am in Bangkok. Welcome to Thailand, the land of smiles. And you might think that Bali should have that name, but interestingly enough, Thailand is such a unique mix of New York and Bali. And I haven't been back in 10 years. So my experience of it this time is it's so refreshing. I'm reminded how broke I was in my 20s because I'm like the most basic things that I'm enjoying in Bangkok now. I'm like, did I not experience this last time? Like, was I too broke to experience, some of the most basic things that this country has to offer? But I love it, and Bangkok is special. Chiang Mai is, I mean, within Thailand, I've been to Bangkok, Chiang Mai, Chiang Rai, Koh Phangan, and I've not been to Phuket yet. Couple more. I don't know. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to just enjoying the culture and enjoying the experience and doing the obnoxious tourist things because why not? Now, Bangkok, interestingly enough, there's a couple things that have like kept me busy this this visit. One, it has been just, oh, I got my hair done. There is a Cameroonian African braider or African braid shop out from Cameroon. And yeah, I was just like, let's get some boho locks, let's get some boho braids. So I was really excited to get that done. And that was a nice surprise because in Bali, I think the styles are limited to what they've done and what they can do. And I was able to just come with an idea of what sometimes I take like video selfies while I'm recording, um, just in case I ever want to share something quickly to Instagram stories and it completely collapsed. It just like fell down. Okay, I think it's back up. Yeah, where's my tripod broke, so I need to replace my phone tripod. Okay, anyways, so the braiding, oh my gosh, speaking of ADHD, I'm finally getting a proper assessment and diagnosis. Tomorrow. Oh my gosh, tomorrow. I have done the self-diagnoses. I've talked to clinical psychiatrists and the psychiatric evaluation in the US. Well, I think most places for ADHD, it's a three-part and three-appointment assessment. And sometimes you're placed on like a 16-week waiting period. And I'm just not in the country for that long, or at least I wasn't in the US for that length of time. So it's really nice that you can email a place or call a place for an appointment and they can get you in same day, next day, same week. It's just the level of accessibility here in Bangkok. I feel like Thailand is, it has like, it's the best of Asia. So you're getting like just the beauty, the culture, the cheap food, the massages. You're getting all of that. And you're getting like what I consider the future, which is Japan. Japan, I think, is the country that lives the most in the future. I think they are the most futuristic country. If you are wanting to experience what 10 years in the future is like, go to Japan. And so I feel those elements of futuristicness in Thailand. I mean, Thailand's like a close second. Thailand is very advanced. Um, and I don't know, like most people may even consider, oh, Thailand is a developing country. I don't know why, but Thailand, I think, is way more advanced than the US in so many ways. They are way more developed than the US, and people would never think that. I think just off the assumption that, oh, it's in Asia and oh, whatever assumptions are made. So I have spent all of last week appreciating the beauty of this city. And ironically, it's not ironic, but condo shopping. I'm like, oh, because now that the US city is off the table, we have our place in Bosnia, but we still would like one more base. And yes, Bali, but here's the thing that Bali doesn't have the urge to work, the urge to pursue more, the urge to do something different and deeper. I've seen it happen to one too many people, but Bali will have you melt into a puddle of nothingness. And I'm naturally ambitious. I like to work. Like I don't mind work. I think the thing is most people are working too hard and getting paid too little. And it's a job that's stressful and doesn't fulfill them. And that's where we have this whole countdown to retirement culture. But I don't, retirement does not excite me. It is not something that I'm looking forward to. I am retiring weekly. I retire nightly in my bed. Like I feel like I have so much rest and spaciousness embedded in my life and lifestyle now that retirement is not this elusive one day arbitrary goal. It's something that I practice in my day to day. So Bali is too heavy on the rest. And it was hard for me to find a groove of productivity. I was always struggling between how do I find a rhythm that honors what this island is about, which is deep healing and deep rest, but allows me to still stay in, I don't know, in energy that's like normal for me, which is like working towards something meaningful. So, because Bali is going to be a place that we're hosting, we run events there, we do still want to build and live there for a few months of the year. I was just like, hmm, Bangkok, it's a 3 hour flight from Bali, but like I can come here and get my fix, do the building. Like I have this view, like this view. I'm like melting. This view is everything I could dream of. I don't know how else to describe it. Basically, think of the New York skyline with jungles like scattered throughout the skyline. Like it's greenery, so you feel refreshed, but something about skyscrapers makes you feel like inspired to work and create and to build. No one wants to be inspired to work. Stop. Inspired to create, inspired to build, inspired to dream, because someone once dreamed of this view, this, all of it was a dream, and someone carried it out. So that deeply inspires me. So I love waking up to this view. I actually sleep with the blinds open. I don't do the blackout. There are blackout curtains here. It's amazing, but I'm like, no, give me the skyline. Give me the skyscrapers. I am so, 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 so just amazed by the view and the culture and the energy and everything. And I'm so, I feel like I'm still unpacking just the first week because I've basically probably been on a motorbike for a total of 5 hours. Uh, yeah, almost like an hour a day. It's, I don't know. I've been exploring a lot of different areas and neighborhoods. So you get to see a lot from the back of a motorbike. So this is such a beautiful city. And I'm grateful that I get to come back for work, literally. Cohort 2 of the Life Leap, they chose this country for our mastermind meetup destination. Thank God. I'm just so thankful that they chose this place because I'm here and I'm like, wait, I could actually see myself living here. And I don't know that I would have pursued Thailand on my own because there are some places where I'm like, yeah, I've been, and I when I was here in Thailand, gosh, I was here for a good 2.5, 3 months. So I felt like I checked it off. And I still have so many other places that I rather explore. So I don't prioritize revisiting a place if I feel like I was there for a substantial amount of time. But a decade is a long time to pass. And it's a long time for a country and a city to evolve itself. So there's just, I feel like I'm experiencing a different Bangkok. I'm a different woman as well. So it's two strangers reuniting, but strangers, hypothetically speaking. So yeah, so there's that. It's condo shopping, doing a lot of just looking at listings and being like, huh, what would it look like to just the apartment that I had in the US, bringing some of that energy here. Because I really did love living in a high rise, and Bali doesn't do high rises because it's an island of earthquakes. So, yeah, I just high rises wouldn't. And I think 3 stories is the tallest that the government allows a building to be built. I don't know. So I did miss that feeling of living in the sky. I don't know, it's weird. I know it's not for everyone. And I got really comfortable in Bali being able to just go outside, and outside is right there. And like you're immediately connected to nature. I loved that and I missed that. Because when you're living in a high rise, yeah, your balcony, like I had artificial grass on my balcony to feel like I was walking outside, but it's not the same. And here you're actually, or in Bali, you were actually outside. So I appreciated that connection to nature immediately. And here, you got to take an elevator down and then you got to walk through a massive lobby and then, but I'm like, I don't mind. I don't mind. This is okay. I heard someone knocking on the door. I'm like, who knows that I'm here? Okay. Yeah, and I miss the privacy. There's just no one bothers you in these buildings. In villas, because you have like the gardener and the pool guy and the cleaners, and there's the staff is rotating. They got a schedule. They're like, listen, you ain't the only one here. We got to keep this place looking pretty for the next person. So there's a lot of maintenance when it comes to villas and properties in Bali. So yeah, I just appreciate just the different, I don't know, it's just different. I think I've missed this. Anyways, the second thing about Bali, so there's just viewing the condos, which are so, keep going on tangents. Last thing I want to say about condos, Bangkok apartments and condos, they know how to utilize space. My entire concept of space has been like deconstructed. I will see a room and I'm like, oh, typically I would want a kitchen that's like this size. But then you see a kitchen here and you're like, oh, that's so functional. Oh, yeah, the microwave is built into the wall and this is built into the shelf. So there's nothing excess here. And I remember when I was like looking at different units in the US, when I was thinking that we were going to live there, I always felt like, it's not enough space. It's not enough space. But the reality is the space was never utilized adequately. It always felt clunky or chunky or things aren't intuitive. And so you felt like, well, I need space to compensate for this big bulky thing that's here taking up space. And so, yeah, a lot of the units are like, they're not huge, but they're incredibly functional. And I think I've missed that. And as I'm entering my minimalist era, whatever that's going to mean, because maximalist, minimalist, I don't know, still figuring it out. But as I enter it, I'm like, oh, this is this is what will help me not hoard, not be overly consumeristic, not buy things I don't need because there's not a place for it. So, yeah, I've just been rethinking all of that. Okay, now for real. The second thing is there are hospitals here that will literally do these full body screens and health scans, kind of like your annual physical in the US. except this is 10 times cheaper and 10 times more thorough. It's a couple $100 and they test everything, every organ, your allergy test, pap smear, mammogram, like orthopedic, like scans, all. If you have pain, you just tell them and they'll let you know what's going on. And I think in the US is more reactive to like, okay, when you're in pain, then you come see us versus let's be proactive about what's actually happening in your body so we can get ahead of the pain or ahead of the issue that you might need surgery for. So I learned that I have endometriosis, which again is why I have such painful periods because I have fibroids on my uterus. I have scoliosis that's been slightly developed because my right leg is shorter than my left. So I've been overcompensating with my weight, which has created a little curve in my spine and also created so much knee pain. And all of that unbalanced walking after decades, what that did is create osteoarthritis in my right hip. And now I have a loss of cartilage in my hip bone. So, I can't get a hip replacement because, they recommend that at 60. But what I can do is get corrective shoes that can now balance out my posture and my walking. So, those orthopedic granny shoes? It's going to be me. So the foot doctor hooked me up. And you know what was even wilder? They were like, oh, when you get a taxi on the way here, play this voice note. Where do I'm just gonna, y'all don't be believing me. Oh my gosh. They were like, play this for the taxi driver so that you don't have to pay for your taxi fare. Oh, is it all of a sudden up? Like, what happened? Okay, please hold. Please hold. I don't know what's happening. I'm gonna have to play it from my laptop, but the button is okay. Mm, Unexpected.
ประธานเฉลิมวันชาติถนนประชาธิปไตยก่อนถึงวัดตรีทศเทพ
Whatever that means in Thai. It's basically letting the driver know that this ride from this patient is covered by the Ministry of Public Health. Because this foot care clinic is registered with the Ministry of Public Health, it is reimbursed and it is covered. So this is like a sponsored visit. I'm just like, what? The US healthcare is a scam. It's nothing is made with our like actual health and care in mind. Everyone that dealt with me in the hospital, which the whole hospital itself felt like this playground. It's supposed to be this scary place of like death and pain, and it's supposed to smell funny. It was amazing. It had great food. I also got a food voucher. Like they covered my lunch that day. It was so humane. Everyone that I spoke to spoke English. Like, even though like that is not an expectation because I am in your country and I'm a guest, but it just goes to show that what you think is supposed to be normal is not. The US is built on like oppressing people and making you believe that what we've given you is enough. And if you're demanding more, how dare you? So I just hope more people can experience what true healthcare is like. Yeah, and then it's a couple $100 for like the main scan. I got a food allergy test. They did like, I don't know, they pricked 19 holes and they just did the whole gamut. Milk, gluten, nuts, just everything, because I just don't know. And I learned I have a gluten allergy all this time, been eating bread, all kinds of things, knowing that I bloat, knowing that I should stop, and but not having the answers. And sometimes we don't find out what's wrong until it's too late. So I'm just grateful that I was given this advice from Jules, who's given this advice from a friend. Like that it was passed on, like, hey, you should do this. So I am working on a video to spread this message and hopefully get more people to just do this for themselves because your health is it's the greatest gift that you can give yourself is looking after like what's actually going on with your body. So that was that. And yeah, I have a lot of clarity that gave me some stuff. Which is also super like the medication, it's like $5. It was like, yeah, everything is, you can't tell me nothing about nothing no more. I know that it makes sense, but for those who know, no. All right, I'm gonna wrap this up. This is just supposed to be a little quick update. But yeah, endometriosis, scoliosis, and hyperlordosis. So spine has a curve, but it also protrudes out. And I didn't realize this was also something that was causing me extreme back pain. And then, mind you, one leg is shorter than the other. So I'm like walking unbalanced, causing extra pain on one side. All of it is leading up to pain. And I chalked it up to being over 30. And we got to stop saying those things like, oh, I'm over 30 now. But no, like there are people that are 50 living vibrant, 60, 70, living vibrantly, pain-free. Like that's inspiring. And yeah, I aspire to wake up one day and just not feel anything. And that should be the reality, but we've accepted less because we haven't known better. So that's that. Okay. Last but not least, the Martha Stewart documentary is Chef's Kiss. I hope it's not too late, but I really should do hmm, yeah, I'll do something. Just a recap. On definitely on Threads, but also on Instagram. I want to really honor the lessons that I learned, not just from her as a person, but her life's legacy. And we learned a lot about Martha that we probably didn't expect. I won't give away any spoilers, maybe the next one, but I will say this. A lot of what she went through is what allowed so much of influencing and online and digital media to be commonplace today. And you don't really recognize some of the pioneers, like, what Martha Stewart and Oprah alike have done for media in their own ways. It's truly incredible. And I think it's exciting to be able to still have them living so that they can fully share their stories. And the documentary was really well done, albeit random at some points. I don't always know that it's necessary to indulge in the private affairs of people, but I think that's what actually makes the documentary more interesting. We don't want to just know about the business. It's like tell us about the relationship struggles, the parenting struggles, the financial issue, like all of that adds so much relatability, I think, to the everyday person who is actually struggling and wants to relate to a public figure. Um, yeah, it was really great. I have to watch it again and really take more conscious notes because yeah, there was just so many lessons, so many lessons. I have a deeper appreciation for Martha Stewart's legacy. She's written her 100th book. She's currently on tour for that, which is unbelievable. 100 books. I can't even get to 100 videos on this channel. Like, I'm almost there. No, maybe I am there, but it took a long time. It maybe took me 9 years. Like, I'm just I'm in awe. And it's a reminder that you might look at like the self-made billionaire title and be like, oh, la la la, it doesn't take much. But there is truly a level of persistence, a level of determination, a level of delusion, a level of shamelessness. There's so much required, a level of confidence, self-belief. Like it requires so much of you to wake up every single day and go after something that hasn't been done before. So if that's you, I applaud you because It ain't easy. It ain't for the weak. Okay, that's it. Like I said, I'm tired. Tired. We'll reconvene next week. I still don't know how to style this. Maybe I need to put it lower. Okay, it's fine. We'll reconvene next week. Thanks for joining. Thanks for being here. It's been a blast. Bangkok is Bay. I am, yeah, it's a beautiful season right now. We are, we just launched Bali for our Love Leap. So if you want to travel with Stefan and I, go to ourloveleap.com. We are currently enrolling at thelifeleap.com. We had an amazing coaching session this past Sunday. Such great questions, such nuanced stories. I'm always like I get so much more obsessed with what I do the more quality questions I read because I'm reminded that like, man, we all have such unique ways that we view success and the journey and what's required of us. So I just really, really appreciated that. Enrollment this time around comes with a one-on-one strategy session with me. So if you're looking for that added accountability and that added guidance for 2025, I'm looking forward to just like meeting another class of like really creative, artistic, bold people. Like that's what lights me up is the people that I coach. Because if I was just working with anybody, yeah, it'd be all right. But I'm really grateful that I attract just like really quality humans in my program. So it's a blessing. All right, y'all. Sorry for low quality, but in 2025, these weekly videos will continue. I'm excited to share that, but they will be better and they will be much more produced, not taken away from the whatever this is, the realness of this, but quality and production will be more intentional. And I think a lot of me doing it like this was just the consistency, building the practice, building the muscle of like doing something that I don't feel like doing, but showing up for myself anyway. So I'm just so grateful that I get to do this. I'm grateful that you watch. It's not anything, it's really nothing. It's nothing impressive. So I'm grateful for the couple hundred views every week. Um, it means that you care and you're trying to support. So keep trying. Bye, y'all.